Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV, and welcome back to that player rating show for the Leeds and Chelsea game. I'm your host, Jem, and let's cue the intro.
Don't know how I'm here, and it's you that I want to need. You feel your heartbeat, you feel somewhere you're looking good. You feel your heartbeat, you feel somewhere you're looking good.
Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV, and welcome back to that player rating show. You know what time it is. We'll be going through the Leeds and Chelsea game. Obviously going through the ratings for their individual performances. We will start by going through the game. We should have some people joining us as well. I hope you are all well. Please smash the like button. Please smash the like button. Please share on all your socials as well. Appreciate it massively. I can see Matthew's here already. Big up to Matthew as well. Hope you're well, my bro. Hope you are well. Let's touch on with the game, shall we? I mean, it wasn't the best of performances, was it? I'm actually quite pissed off. I don't know if anyone actually saw me on the football terrace, but I just feel dejected, annoyed, frustrated, about it. And the reason that I feel so frustrated about this game is mainly because that we had a chance to capitalise today. We could have gone third. We could have gone above Leicester today, and yet we chose to, in many ways, just throw it away. A lot of people saying, "Well, it's a point. We're not meant to win every game," but we came up against a Leeds team that we know are good going forward, but can't defend, and we just did not take our chances today. Like we couldn't even put one past Leeds today. And people say, "Well, yeah, we made all these substitutions and." Changes to the team because we were thinking about Atletico Madrid, but that team is still good enough. I keep saying this, I keep stressing it. It's still good enough to go out and win. It's just it's not an excuse for me. It's just not an excuse for us to have dropped the points we did today. And it's not Tuchel's fault. It's something that's happened with Chelsea for a while now. It's a mentality thing. Like. We get a chance to capitalise. We get a chance to apply some pressure, push ourselves forward, and we flopped it. Everyone's saying, "Oh, you're making it sound worse than what it is." But do you know why? It's because I always expect Chelsea to do. It's my standards. I expect my club to be doing better, to be winning these games. Yeah. Today, I don't think everyone was moaning about Pulisic and Ziyech, or whatever. Yeah, they were all kind of poor. But I look at all of them. They're all all right. They had average performances, some of them, but that was it. I look at it as them all being frauds today. They all had an opportunity to actually go and put some pressure on Leicester and Man United. Now you've gained 1 point on them, cool, but now they can go and gain another 2 points ahead of us. We've got West Ham below us that have got 2 games in hand now that could go above us, and they're only 3 points behind us. You've got Everton that have got games to play. And people keep going to me, don't stress out. It's only West Ham. It's only Everton. But we've been saying that all season. We've got blooming 10 games left. And they're still there. Like, what are people not seeing? Do you know what I mean? Like, they're there for a reason. Do you know what I mean? They're doing well. Winter Surfer's in the house. He's mad today. Matthew says, he's man of the match with Rudiger. Fair enough. Big up to Gio as well. Gio's in the house. Who else we got here? Robbie's calling. I can't even put that up. He's calling him a pervert. Kyle perverts should have scored. I agree. Should have. And then we will touch on to that because if that was Timo Werner, we would all be banging on about it. Do you know what I mean? So we will touch on to Chelsea in the mud today. Well, Jeremy, so a lot of Chelsea fans are quite content because they think, well, we can't win every game. It's cool, which I get to a degree. But I would say we're in the mud.
Jem, I just let you just talk because you was literally saying everything that I was thinking, and I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy.
Go on, what are you saying?
With that, I agree with everything that you're saying. We should have won today, and the amount of chances that we created today and didn't put away is actually calamitous. Because I was teaching in the morning, so like one of my lessons kind of ran over, so I missed kind of like the majority of the first half, but I still kind of had it on in the background, and I was keeping an eye on it. So when I put like my student to do like her tasks to work like for like 15 minute bits at a time, I'd direct my energy towards the game, and I'd see like bits and bobs. Havertz should have scored twice. Mason Mount had a couple shots on target. It's just not good enough when we get to the final third. Like, we're just not clinical. Rudiger had a couple shots on target. Maybe you could argue he could have scored as well. But it's the same old story that we're repeating time and time again. This lack of clinical edge. Like, I was really sitting there thinking we actually could probably get a couple of goals against Leeds today. Leeds are that kind of, we could actually start, picking up some goals, improving our goal difference, because at the moment our defensive ability has improved dramatically, and rightly so, and I'm happy about that. But we're just not clinical enough. We're not scoring enough goals, and the amount of chances we're creating and not converting, that worries me, because when we come up against better oppositions, and I understand, look, if we do progress past Atletico Madrid, then I'll probably not be too sore about the points dropped in this game. But at the end of the day, against teams like Atletico Madrid, we don't score goals. We'll at best get one chance, like we'll score one goal, or if anything, I don't see us scoring more than 2 goals basically at best. And that's the issue with Chelsea, because we're not going to get many chances like that. And if we get clear-cut chances and we're missing them, we're not putting them away. Like we said, in that game, all it takes is 1 goal. So from the performance that I'm seeing today, and I understand the rotations, this, that, and the other, but the team was good enough. The team was good enough.
Nonsense, And we
I'm going to go into Tuchel a little bit because the substitutions. I feel like he made the wrong substitutions, and too late in my opinion. Callum Hudson-Odoi should have been on the pitch earlier. I'm not really sure why he's making defensive substitutions when we need to be scoring a goal. Like, we know our defense has been great. Yeah. Time. So again,
everyone's saying to me, why am I pissed? Like, why am I like questioning? Why am I doing this? Why do I look so? Why am I overreacting? Yeah, I'm not overreacting. I just feel like we threw 3 points away today, and everyone keeps saying to me, it wasn't 2 points dropped when you think about it, because Leeds had opportunities and it could have been 0 points for you. No, bollocks. We had chances in that game. We created 11 clear chances today. Do you know what I mean? That we didn't take. You know what I mean? Ben Chilwell, what was he doing? All he had to do was side foot it. What, they get paid all this money, and you go and you can't even pull it into a bottom corner. You do this stupid outside of the foot trying. I don't know what he was trying to do. Yeah, I don't want to get to it. We'll get to the players in a bit. Yeah, but overall, right, Tuchel, in my eyes, Tuchel made the wrong substitutions. Why bring on Reece James? We didn't need Reece James. Why are we defending? Do you know what I mean? Like, why? What is the reason? Like, there's things for me that didn't make sense. Some of the things that we've done today didn't make sense. And if Mendy didn't do that great save, let's be serious. If Mendy didn't do that absolutely great save, we could have lost this game today. Yeah.
You'd be even angrier than you are now.
Do you know what I mean? And it's a problem. We bought all these top players, and everyone keeps saying is, oh, just get rid of Timo Werner and go and get Lukaku. You want to go and get Lukaku? Why are we so reactionary? Why are we so reactionary all the time? We see a player play well in one season, and all of a sudden, let's get our checkbook out and get him back. We've seen Lukaku in the Premier League. What is wrong with people? Like, I get fed up with this nonsense.
He does not suit our system. This is why we let a player like Lukaku go. We understood the way Chelsea wanted to start playing football. They wanted to start playing a different style of football, as opposed to the Mourinho fossil football that he left behind at Chelsea, that park the bus mentality that everybody started knowing us for. We wanted to change the way we started to play. And Lukaku wasn't the guy to take us forward. This is why he's no longer a part of our squad. We move forward. We don't move backwards. Lukaku, he's a great striker in his own right. Like, don't take anything away from that. He's a fantastic player, but does he suit Chelsea? Does he suit our system? Does he suit the way we're trying to play? Like, Tuchel doesn't need that kind of striker. And for me, I don't think we need to be looking at Lukaku. Like, obviously, the ideal choice is a Haaland, if not somebody very similar to him. Then,
it's. It was just painful today. Like, I don't get Chelsea fans who are like, we can't win every game. I get that we can't win every game, but we're just not clinical enough. We do not make enough chance. We're not all right. We made chances today, but we cannot put a ball in the back of the net. We win games 1-0. We're not going to get away with keep winning games 1-0 every game. It's not going to happen. When are people going to realise this? People keep going, but we've drawn 4 and we've won 6 under Tuchel. We're doing okay.
Can I just say, Jem,
flat back. We played a flat back for the first 15 minutes, and we looked vulnerable. We looked open. We looked shocking.
We could have lost that game. We could have lost that game. I'm fuming. Could have lost that game.
I'm just pissed off. Yeah, what did you say, Winter Surfer?
We could have
Go on.
lost that game if we weren't for
Yeah.
Mendy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'll just like following what you said. I'm worried about some people in this fan base if they think that was a good point. I really am, because that to me, I've said this to you guys. I think said before. I'm not worried about catching Man United. I want to put distance from the teams behind us. The next three teams behind us have 2 games in hand. Yeah, we could be ending up after they've completed it 5th or 6th. We've got to play West Ham as well. Everyone thinks, oh, Man United, they're going to drop points, but they could end up beating Man United this weekend, and then they could beat us. I'm just frustrated. Yeah, it's like, oh, but it was Leeds. It was a good point. Leeds are there for the taking. They're there for the taking. They are there. Man United.
Do you know what?
Scott McTominay scored 2 goals against this Leeds defense. 2 goals. So why am I seeing Rudiger hailed for his attacking display? I don't want to see Rudiger hailed for that. Why am I seeing
And the other thing is, why are Chelsea fanboys jumping on Kante today as well, as if that was the problem? Kante weren't the issue. What are you like? He might have given the ball away a couple of times. Jorginho wasn't great today. He has to take 300 touches today.
Gave the ball away. Andreas Christensen gave the ball away. Like, so many people gave the ball away. It wasn't down to a single player.
But I don't want Kante starting off moves. Why is Kante the midfielder starting off the moves? He shouldn't be. Yeah.
He shouldn't be, and we're going to get into the player ratings now, Winter Surfer. Obviously, people, please smash the like button. I know it's taking a little bit of time for people to get on. I know we're probably live and that, but please smash the like button. Please share on your socials, and let's go. Mendy, Lambs.
Making great saves. Obviously, that one very, very crucial save that probably saved us the point for the game. That is probably one of our best players on the pitch. Can't really speak too highly of other people's performances. So for that reason, I'm going to give him an 8.
Winter Surfer?
It's a 9 to 9.5 for me. That save in the second half has got us a point. It's got us a point. And people going about, he's missed a tickle. Thank F today, he's missed a tickle with those long arms. Because I'm telling you right now, I just don't see any other goalkeeper of ours doing that save.
Kepa wouldn't have saved that.
No.
He wouldn't have saved that.
No.
We'd have lost that game.
And he wouldn't have saved that. You know that one in the first half that he clicked onto the bar? Remember Kepa against Daniel Sturridge with Liverpool? Done a similar shot like that. And Kepa, it lobbed Kepa. He has saved us a point. With our terrible finishing, that man has saved us a point today. And I don't hear any more slander against Mendy. You asked him to step up, he stepped up. Done. Don't hear anything more. Anything more against Mendy now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He saved us today. He saved us today.
Big up to Gal's in the chat as well. He says, hello, Jem, and the beautiful lambs and the amazing winter. Big up to him, man.
Hello,
Jeremy says 8. Matthew says 8. I'm going to go with an 8 as well, because at the end of the day, if he did not make that, it was a very good save. Yeah, where's Prime? Prime calling out Mendy this whole season. Prime talking about how bad, how Kepa should be given an opportunity when he watches Mendy and goal being
They're just as good as each other.
Where is he? Because I want to, because just be serious. He might be, like he said, Mr. Whatever he is with his lanky arms, but Kepa ain't got them. Kepa ain't doing that. Kepa's not saving us in that game. You know what I mean? We're losing that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, I would give him an 8. I'd give him an 8. There's nothing more to say about Mendy. I thought he kept us in the game. I think, to be honest, for me, he's the only one that's getting an 8 today. Man of the match. I'll give him. That's how bad he was.
That's what I mean. He's man of the match.
Highest rating for sure.
Do you know what? This guy didn't do too bad as well, actually, thinking about it. Where is he? Rudiger. Lambs. Tell me.
Again, he didn't do too badly. Another solid performance from him again. He was probably like the best centre back actually in that defence for us today. Obviously, a few errors from some of the others, and we'll go into that later on. But again, I have to agree with Andrew on this. Why is our centre back being held for his attacking ability? And then we're looking at the chances that Leeds could have caught us out in. We're looking at our missed chances as well. And you just have to just sit there and just ask yourself questions. But, again, I can't fault his defence. He did his job defensively solid enough. He's one of our best ones. But then it says a lot that he's the one that's basically trying to get forward and trying to make something happen to us when that's the job of our midfielders and our attacking players, and questions need to be asked. So great job from Rudiger. I'll probably give him 7.5 today.
Yeah, Witness Surfer, what are you saying?
I'm in total agreement. Just to add, he pulled off a great header in the first half when they crossed it in. He was under pressure, and when I've criticised, I think you're the same, Jim and Nance. We've criticised Tony Rudiger. All we've asked him to do is step up. Yeah, just step up, and he's doing that. I was worried because he was going back to the Yorkshire region, Sheffield. I thought maybe he'd get a mind fart or something and do something else. But he stepped up, and like I said, the only thing is, I don't want him praised for his attacking ability. You know what I mean? He done his job. He shouldn't be one of our. He had the best chance in the second half. He made the goalkeeper put off a save in the second half. He was the only one that done it. But 7.5, very solid, very commanding. And I thought the best. I thought the best out of the back three.
Yeah,
I thought the best.
I agree.
For sure.
Mark Viduka's in the chat, Leeds fan. He says that they should have won today. Shouldn't have even drawn. He's saying Rafinha over Ziyech. I'm going to be honest with you, Mark Viduka. Was Rafinha even playing? Because we kept you quiet.
Not after 15 minutes. 15 minutes, he was done.
Let's be serious. Do you know what I mean? You weren't doing much, mate, yourself. So I don't think you can say much, Leeds fans, to us. Do you know what I mean? But I thought Rudiger was our best.
Didn't they put on Rodrigo and then take him off later on?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a Hudson-Odoi.
They did a Hudson-Odoi and a Moist Clean.
You know what? I thought Rudiger had a good game today. Especially in the first half, some of them headers that were pinpoint in the box, and he got on the end of them and really dug deep for us. Do you know what I mean? When we were not playing very well the first 15, 20 minutes. And for me, Rudiger by far was probably after Mendy, the second best player on the pitch. I'd say he actually done his job. Do you know what I mean?
That's the sad part of this game.
That's the sad part. Yeah, exactly. That's the sad part of it. We're sitting here saying Rudiger is our best player. We've got all these 200 million generational talents apparently that come over, and we can't even get the best out of them. No. I'll give him a 7. Like Jeremy said there, I think he's easily a 7. I'm impressed. He's got to start. Do you know what I mean? He's got to start against Atletico. I know we were saying, we rested some people because of but he's got to play. Do you know what I mean? Krusty the Clown. Back to this Krusty. Lambs, what we saying? We all knew Christensen's just been having the time of his life recently. He was due to make a few errors here and there, and it just so happens that if he had to do it against any other opposition, I'd rather he do it against Leeds. Gave the ball away a couple of times, and I think once or twice in quite dangerous positions where Leeds counter-attacked, and could have almost scored from that if it wasn't for our defence and our goalkeeper as well for their great performances as well. So Christensen, because of the standard that he set for himself, I was a little disappointed today, so he will get a 6 for me. Yeah, Winter Surfer?
Yeah, absolutely right. And we're not waiting for Christensen to fail, because how will that help us? We're Chelsea fans, right? We're going on about the point that he has set himself now standards for these last 10 games that he's played that he's hit, but he didn't hit them today, possibly against the worst opposition as well.
Yeah,
because he's had much better games, Liverpool, Everton, stuff like that. So yes, Lambs is right. He gave away the ball a little bit. I didn't think he was that commanding today or that forceful. I thought he was. I thought he was a little bit carried today by Rudiger. 6. Yeah, 6. I can't go any higher than 6.
You know what the thing was for me is that today we tried to actually do something different. We went into a 4-2-3-1 to try and see if it could suit. And what you know as well, one of my biggest questions that I have, and everyone always comes at me about, is can these players adapt to different systems, to different formations that under Tuchel? We looked suspect in the first 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes, we were so open, they hit the bar. They were whipping balls in for fun. They were countering us. There was gaps in midfield. Jorginho could look like he was not even there at some points. It was so open. And then he done that switch to the 3, and we looked comfortable, which proves again that this formation, the players that we got, especially at the back, are system players. They suit the 3. They're comfortable in the 3. Christensen weren't comfortable in the 4. I keep saying this. He wasn't. So for me, it's the same issues, isn't it? If we do need to switch formation, can we rely on Christensen to play there, or do we need to look for another player to come in? Because for me, I think we do. I still think if we're going to do back 4s and different formations, we need other players. We can't trust these players. I'm sorry.
Exactly that. We still have a centre back problem, Clearly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I need adaptable players, man. I can't.
So
I
do
can't
I.
have-
That's the thing, Winter Surfer.
I can't have-
I
I
need
can't have-
adaptable.
I can't have. Also, I can't have like someone like Alonso who can only play left wing back. It's a waste of a squad
Oh,
place. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I need.
Alonso's gone at the end of the
Yeah,
season.
but I just think I brought him in. It's just that that's an example. You see, we can only play Alonso at left wing back. It's a waste of a squad place. You know what I mean? So you're right, Jim. And keep him as a squad player.
Do you know what
we
it
need,
is?
We need others to adapt.
I don't know if you agree, but I feel like our fans are so reactionary at the moment, right?
Yeah.
I sit here and I have questions of Tuchel, and I get told I'm not allowed to because we've won 6 and drawn 4 now. But I still see things that I feel that I'm waiting to see whether we can overcome.
Yeah.
But these guys don't. Like, there's certain fans that just don't. They just think, oh, you're being, you're a Lampard lover. You just don't want him to do well. It's not. I was the same with Lampard. I was just critical. I said the same things. I'll give Tuchel the opportunity because Tuchel's doing very well since he's come in. But there's question marks, and it's not even just down to him. It's down to the players that he's actually got. These ain't his players. These are players that are playing throughout this season for their positions. And if they're not good enough, I'm sure we'll get rid of them, and we will improve on that. And Tuchel will say, I want a player for there, and a player for there, and a player for there. So
Jim,
at the end of the day,
Jim, I'll tell you this summer, I wouldn't be surprised if we send out as many as we bring in this summer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there'll be a massive turnover this summer, the biggest we've ever seen, I think. But you're right. But your reaction is right. But also, most of the fan base wanted Lampard to go, right? And this is the only thing I'll say about Lampard. I don't want to go on about it, but because then he went, someone new's come in, so they're like all relieved. So I think some of their standards have dropped as well.
Yeah.
But I think anything new that someone coming in, they'll go overboard on. So there we
go. Aspie, Lambs.
Another solid performance from Aspie. Can't really complain too much. The fact that we don't really call out Aspie too much means that he does his job. Meaning that if we have to call him out, then it's probably because he's made some kind of defensive error. But in terms of what we need for him to do, his age, he's our captain, he's our leader. It helps to have his presence on the pitch. Another solid performance, 6.5.
Yeah, with the Surfer.
I think Aspie is always going to be it's always going to give you a minimum of 6.5. Always, unless, like Lamb says, unless he makes a massive mistake, and I don't even remember the last time he ever did that. I think he was solid as well. But I don't think he was exposed a bit like Christensen was. I think he'd done his job, but it wasn't anything spectacular. So normal for me. Aspie had a decent game. So 6.5.
Yeah. Prime, what are you saying about Aspie's performance? What did you give him?
I agree. 6.5. I missed the first, I think, 15 or 20 minutes of the game. So unless something major happened within that,
we were bad.
Okay. So
well, it was an end-to-end game, pretty much. First 15 minutes. So
I think our defense played well. Played well because Leeds did pose a threat, but 6.5.
Yeah. We're going to get back to you, Prime. Actually, it's something we want to talk about with you after we've gone through these ratings. But Aspie for me was a 6.5. He didn't do anything wrong. He was
nothing bad.
Pretty average. Nothing bad, but he was pretty average in many ways. But he's Mr. Reliable, isn't he? He always has a good a good performance, doesn't he? You can't really go wrong with him. We're going to move on anyway, and we're going to move on to this man. I'm quite interested to hear what people have to say actually with this man. Lambs, what are you saying?
Jem, and this is why I agree with you, why I don't think Jorginho is that player that's going to be, winning us titles, winning us trophies, because, don't get me wrong, his performances under Tuchel, given what we've known his standard to be, have improved massively. I can't deny that. He has, been one of the standout players, and it's clear that Tuchel does seem to like him, he does seem to prefer him. We know that one of his abilities is that he likes to dictate the tempo of this midfield, But Leeds weren't having none of it today. They were not having any of it today. And it was just the same typical what I expected of Jorginho. When he loses the ball, but he's not so quick as on the counter press as, say, the other midfielders as well. Gives the ball away, doesn't really doesn't really do too much as well in terms of trying to win it back. And I feel like, again, it just comes back to the same thing that I keep saying from the beginning. He's just too slow for me. That's the thing. He's just too slow. So again, when you come up against such a fast, pacey opponent, an opponent that's slightly stronger in midfield, Jorginho does get caught out, and we've seen it happen from time to time. I'll give him a 6 today.
Yeah, Winter Surfer, what are you saying about this, man?
I think you're generous with a 6 today, Lance.
Yeah.
And
agree.
I'm not trying to be. Oh, I told you so, because I've actually thought Jorginho's played very well these last 10 games. I don't think this is.
That's the only reason why I think I gave a 6 because he set the standard so high in the last couple.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you.
Are typical, innit?
I don't think this is the game for him, and I think it showed in his performance. I think he didn't have enough time to actually influence the game as he has been doing in others, and that's not really. That's down to him as a player and his style. I'm hearing we'll move on, but I'm hearing everyone go and like bash Kante, but out of the two of them, I thought he was missing for large points of the game and really didn't have an effect on. So if I'm being generous, I'll go 5.5. Actually, you know what? I'll go 5. Actually, I think he was bang average today. Bang average.
Slens has joined us. Slens.
I know Slen's going to disagree.
What are you saying, man, on Jorginho's performance?
Yes, bro. I think I'm very outspoken about Jorginho, but I'll tell you what. What I'll say is this wasn't his best performance under Tuchel.
Yeah.
I think he was. I'll be honest. He was average today, but I think whenever he has an average performance, we look at him in a very negative way because we have this impression about him, and I don't like it. I think for me, he wasn't a 5. Definitely wasn't a 5. I do think Kante was also better. I'll give you that. Kante was. He had more touches. He also was. He had more midfield, more control of the midfield as well. But I'll give him a 6.5. It wasn't his best game, but he wasn't bad today. He wasn't a problem. Like our midfield wasn't a problem today. That's what I would say.
Yeah, fair enough. Prime, what are you saying?
Slans is right. 6.5. Again,
6.5.
I don't know. He was okay. I don't know. Is this the? I guess the game is just kind of anticlimactic because I assumed it would just be a stat pad session, and it wasn't that. So
It was dead.
I don't know. It's quite anticlimactic from what I expected, as opposed to what we got. So yeah, I don't know. 6.5. He was okay. Nothing special necessarily, but I'm not going to hear that people saying he was bad. So,
I hear you.
Like you say, just for his average.
We've got. Do you know what's funny? I started talking about Jorginho, and the two people in the chat that were going mental are now backstage, about it. I didn't even get to start talking about him. Look, Daniel is here and Will is here. So the Jorginho defenders are here. The Jorginho hive is here. The ones that love Jorginho, here they are. So come on in, Daniel. What do you want to say? Let's go.
I've got another stream. That's why wasn't gonna come in. Obviously, just to be prepared for that. But just to quickly point it out, look, it's not even a defending Jorginho thing. I totally agree that Jorginho was bang average today. Like that's not even the point. But the thing is, it's the aura of the "I told you so"s or he was the poorest on the pitch. Look, just because Kante had a better game than him, that doesn't necessarily mean that it was what we needed. The game wasn't lost because the midfielders were the problem. We didn't lose that game because Jorginho didn't make a final pass. So I just think, personally, for me, just the scapegoating of Jorginho or the "I told you so" aura just needs to stop, Jem. I'm sorry, it has to stop.
Daniel,
I haven't even said anything yet. I haven't even spoke.
No, because I can sense it.
I haven't even spoke.
No, Daniel, I totally agree with you. This isn't. I haven't said anything against Jorginho. There's worse culprits today than Jorginho, man. There's worse culprits. I just don't think this is the right game for him. I don't think it's the right game.
No, do you know what?
It's the right game for him today.
The funny thing is, even if you want to give him a 5, as long as the other ratings are consistent, and I can see 4s and 3s, then I'm fine with that.
I'll have my rating. Don't worry. I'll save it.
We ain't got to Chilwell yet, bro. We ain't got to Chilwell.
Okay.
We haven't. Oh,
Yeah.
good. We haven't.
Yeah, perfect. But my point is with Jorginho is that even if you want to say that this wasn't the game from, like, saying he was look, he wasn't there are bigger talking points than Jorginho off of the back of this game.
Yeah,
that's
you're right.
the point that I want to make.
You're right.
Bigger talking points, way bigger talking points. Because if we score the goals that we were supposed to score today, does Jorginho become an issue? Just be honest with me.
For me, it's not an issue. It's just I've praised him. It's just the high standards he set himself. That's all. Right.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say to close out is, and as much as you want to say maybe it's a coincidence, and I see Lam shaking her head, but in her heart of hearts, she agrees with me. You want to put it down to coincidence, you want to put it down to whatever you want. We have not lost the game in the last 20-something games that Jorginho has started. And that is not a coincidence. I'm sorry. 20-something games is not a coincidence. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it's all Jorginho, isn't it? It's all Jorginho. You know. See you later.
Hold on.
That is ridiculous.
Hold on.
How is it ridiculous? It's a stat.
That is a ridiculous comment.
Hold on.
There's another 10 players on the pitch as well. And you're saying Jorginho is the reason we've won these games. He's the Messiah.
You wait until we talk about Mount. I'm going in on Mount. I'm going in on Mount.
I haven't started yet.
Jam, wait. Do you rate Jordan Henderson?
No, I don't.
Why? May I ask?
Because he just runs around like a headless chicken.
All right, cool. Jordan Henderson has, when Liverpool were at their best for the past 2 seasons, Jordan Henderson has a stat where when he's played, they've only lost like 2 games. As opposed to when he's not in the team, they lose like 50% of it.
Yeah. And
I'm only making
other players on that pitch, yeah.
You
could say that about any player,
but why is it that with him? Why is it with him that it's so important then? Because other players get taken in now, and it doesn't make a difference.
I will tell you.
No, I'm making the point of that you may not rate a player, but sometimes they bring something to a team that sometimes you just can't quantifiably see or understand.
That was funny. I haven't even given my rating yet.
I know. What do you have to give it?
We know what you're like.
You know what? He's going to say 8.
This is what I'm saying. Our fan base is absolute reactionary. All we do is react.
You can't admit.
Wait a minute, It's 20 games. Is 20 games a short period of time? It's 20 games.
Will, we're talking about today's game. What do you think about his performance, please?
I thought he was average like everyone else. Average.
Okay,
really
that's what we said. That's all we said.
Okay, that's cool. What'd you give him?
6.
What'd you give him?
6. Just a 6.
6. All right, cool.
Will's my defender.
Jorginho for me today. Right. Jorginho for me today. In the first 15 minutes of the game, when we played a 4-2-3 run, looked very vulnerable. We had so many gaps in the midfield, and it wasn't just his fault because it's everyone. I'm not blaming just him, but I keep saying it. I want to see consistency from players, and yes, he's playing well. So is Christensen in this formation. So is Rudiger in this formation. But it's when we switch the formations to adapt to different ones. Are we going to get the same level of performance out of these players? Yes. That's the thing with him. Today, he was bang average. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and say it's his fault. He hasn't done anything. The only thing I would say that he mucked up on today, and he done it once or twice. He lost the ball. Fair enough. Everyone loses the ball. I'm not going to thing on him on that. Yeah. Is that he got the ball, and when players are making runs, he decided to go sideways again. I want him to just play that ball over the top.
Moments, I
just
agree.
play it. Play it over the top. So
if our if our forward line was more clinical, I mean, there's a chance where Mount played it in for Pulisic. If Pulisic scores, that's a goal. If Mount's passing was a bit better, or Havertz or Werner, whatever, and we win the game 1-0 or 2-0, is your assessment of Jorginho still the same? Is it because
you can still. This is what I do.
Cool.
As well.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, mine would be.
Yeah,
mine would be.
You know, it's you would. I still see why people would criticize. Even if we won, I can still see why people would criticize him. You know me, Prime. I love Jorginho. There was a couple moments saying maybe he could have found Chilwell or someone.
I agree. And my thing, it's not even just him necessarily. It's just players in general. I just think
it's not just him.
If we'd won, our assessment of our performance from some individuals would be a bit different than just getting a draw, or if we
Do you know what it is as well, Prime? I think the other thing as well we've got to bear in mind is I think Lamb's touched on it as well. I think where he set such high standards over the last 11 games, and he's dropped quite a bit today. Yeah, he has dropped. Let's be serious. He hasn't been great. Yeah, it's like you know what? And we this is what we do. We will question him on these shows, and we will question everyone. It's not just him. I will question every single player. But we're going to move on, yeah, because we could be stuck on him all day.
Yeah.
You know, it's like talking about talking.
My God, you didn't say Mount yet.
Let's go on to Kante. Let's go on to Kante, because a lot of people were saying he had a shit game. Some people were saying he had a good game. He was better than Jorginho. He wasn't better than Jorginho. Lambs, what are you saying about it?
Muted.
I just realised. He was better than Jorginho. Not by that much, but again, I feel like it was quite underwhelming for our midfield. Like it's clear that our midfielders and our attacking players did not turn up today. They were the most disappointing out of our squad today. I still think Kante was slightly better than Jorginho. He's better on the counter press, winning the ball back, making interceptions, but again, I don't know why I was him so high up as well. I felt like that was a bit as well for me. And I just, again, final third, there's just not enough happening there for me as well. And I know Kante can do that. We even know Kante can even take shots on goal and score some blinding goals. We've seen him do it before. So if you're going to get that far up front, do something with the ball. If not, like, play a pass. But again, defensively, I can't argue with his performances. Saved us a few times when our midfield went to sleep. I'll give him a 6.5. So slightly better than Jorginho, but still
went to Surfer.
Yeah. Kante was slightly better than Jorginho. I don't think that's saying much. The problem I have for Kante is not much of him. It's the point that he had to take the ball himself and start attacks. And while he's looking for others around him, everyone's static. And then Kante's not the best attacking player ever, or even one of the best 100. I think we suffer if Kante is trying to be our main midfield attacker, and it shows as well. I don't want him to do that. Otherwise, off the ball, me and we'll discuss it. Off the ball, we both think he's class. On the ball, we may differ. He did give away a few balls. I admit that, but I thought he did what he needed to do. But I thought that, but he's like Aspilicueta in midfield. An average for him is like a 6 or like a set of minimum is like 6 or a 7. For me, it's a 6 today, only because of everyone else around him as well. But for me, a 6 for me.
Prime.
Yeah. Andrew's right. Kante was driving the ball forward, and he was making some of the wrong decisions in the final third, but that was also due to a lack of movement, because there wasn't much options from him to give anyway as well. So yeah, 6. I also gave Jorginho 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. I think they were both
much of a muchness.
Yeah, but again, they weren't the worst players on the pitch.
No, no, not even by a long shot.
I'll give him a 7. He was slightly better than Jorginho. I think interception-wise, always incredible. Off the ball, always incredible. I just feel uncomfortable seeing him on the ball, man. I've learned to accept what he is. I don't think he's will ever be good on the ball. But listen, 7, decent performance. That's it. That's all I can say.
That's fair.
That's
fair. Yeah.
Things with Kante. I'm not even gonna. There's no point me criticising him on the ball anymore, because we know what we're gonna get with Kante. A very good ball winner, can press very well high up the pitch, win the ball back. But on the ball, he's just not that good. So I'm not even going to criticise him anymore, because that's just down to his player profile. I sort of agree with. I'm just going to give him. Sort of agree with people about his performance today, but I'm going to give him a 6. And do you know what? Our midfield and our team in general is actually. It's sort of scary how many signings we need, especially after the massive summer we've had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 6.
You're absolutely right, Will.
I thought he was better. I think I say better than Jorginho. He gave the ball away quite a bit in the first half. But the one thing we know with Kante is that he'll cover the grass. He'll intercept balls. He'll do what Kante does. That's what he does, doesn't he? You know what I mean? He doesn't do anything impressive. I agree with Winter Surfer. I hate seeing him getting the ball. I'll see him today taking shots outside the box, trying to score for us. Do you know what I mean? We've got all this talent, and we've got him taking on players trying to score. Like, he hasn't scored for 15 months, and we're trying to get Kante in the box to score goals. It makes no sense, does it? There's no logic in it.
No,
but
no.
I'd give him a 6 probably. I don't really know much more to give him. But this guy pissed me off, and I'm going to start with my player rating first on this guy. Yeah, he is not a fullback. Yeah, that shot, that opportunity that he had in front of goal was abysmal. Why didn't he just pass? What was he doing? Like, he was running. He had control of the ball. He had the time in front of goal. Yeah, and he flopped at it. Not only that, he gave the ball away a lot. He kept falling on the floor trying to get free kicks that weren't being given to him, and then we was getting caught out down that wing. Yeah, he was shocking today. He gets a -4 from me. He was crap. Yeah, so that's how pissed off I am with him, to be honest. Because it really pisses me off that he at Leicester he puts in these great performances. He comes over here. I know it could be better next season. He might need time. He can't even say he needs time to adapt. He's been playing in the Premier League, so I can't even got an excuse for him. I don't know what to say. Do you know what I mean? I just don't get what is it? Is he not a fullback? Is that what it is? He's just better in a flat back four, maybe? I don't know. But Lambs, what do you say?
That's what I was thinking. Like, that's exactly what I was thinking. Is he that kind of player that only works well in like one system, and that's the only system that he thrives in? That's what I'm just sitting there kind of asking myself about Chilwell, because there was points in this game where I forgot he was on the pitch. That's how pathetic the performance was today. 2. That's me being kind, just because we didn't lose. 2.
Went to Surfer.
Okay. So, my I'm going to admit this is unfair to Chilwell, but my standard of left back is very high since we had the greatest left back that has ever played in Ashley Cole. Okay. Yeah. Now that's not fair to Chilwell, and I understand that. However, some of his passing today was abysmal. Okay, when you're a left wing back, you're basically more on the attacking side than the defensive side. Yeah. Usually when you play a left wing back, some of his passes, his link-up play was absolutely atrocious, and it made me go, "Wow, what happened to the Ben Chilwell who played against Liverpool?" Yeah, Ben Chilwell who played against Liverpool was probably one of his best performances he's had in a Chelsea shirt. But today, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I mean, I was on the watch along with Slens. Slens, you remember when he started running? They didn't pass to him, but he still continued, and he was still in an offside position when he got the ball.
Andrew, I'm going to start talking about it. Give me a second.
Yeah. So
get to my turn. I'm actually going to go in there, man.
I'm going to be. I know, Jem, that was very extreme. I wasn't expecting that for you, but I'm going to go a 2 as well, because he was very disappointing, man. Very, very disappointing. Very disappointing, man. Nothing today.
Prime.
I'd rather let you guys handle this one. I don't really have much to say.
Prime doesn't even want to. Prime doesn't even want to.
No, it's not. No, it's.
Listen, I'm gonna give them a 1.
That miss or toe poke, whatever that was.
Oh, Jesus.
But again, I didn't notice him on the pitch.
Prime, you just gave me a memory.
And what Andrew was saying, our standards of left backs at Chelsea, our standards of players is very high from what we've been spoilt with. So, yeah. You know what's funny? This Chilwell 50 million, right?
Oh,
this is the hill that Frank Lampard died on.
Oh God!
Yeah. Let's remember who wanted him in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh man, this guy, man.
And you know what? I backed it just based on the fact of managers to sign.
Not to say that he can't improve. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
Of course you can. Yeah, of course.
But we're just going off this game. That's all. We're just going off this game.
Hold on. Can I just say,
It goes through games, doesn't he? Like this game, he was shocking. But like you said, the other game, I think it was it Liverpool? It was actually right. Like he done everything decent. He was up and down the pitch. He was using his pace, getting in the boxes, whipping balls in. Like it's just weird. It's just weird with Chilwell. I don't get it. But Slens, what are you saying?
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna give him a 1, yeah, purely because he wore a kit and he looked after his hair today. That's the only reason. Only reason, yeah. Like, but honestly, defensively, we're all talking about exactly defensively. That Rafinha guy, oh my god, he had him in a spliff. Like he had him in a spliff. Like he was rolling him over,
rolled him up.
dropping him to the floor. Like honestly, I think that when Chilwell sleeps tonight, Rafinha's gonna be haunting him, man. Like it was ridiculous.
That was only the first 15 minutes, but then he was smoking it, and that's why he didn't play well. The rest
Bro,
of the game.
the worst thing is,
Rafinha,
you know what
sorry.
happened? Rafinha switched sides with the other guy, yeah? Whoever it was at Harrison. And then Harrison started
Yeah.
Harrison,
skinning him. Like, I understand he was good against Liverpool, but if you look at his overall season, it's very underwhelming, man. For 50 mil, very underwhelming.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him a 1. And honestly, like, he needs to improve, man. I don't want to see Alonso anymore. I don't want to see Alonso. I've had enough.
When we bought him from Leicester and Leicester fans were saying you can have him, and they weren't sad, and we called them crazy. Wow.
It's worrying, actually, looking back on it.
Listen, I don't want to go into it. But yeah, listen, I said Reguilon should have been our signing. I know.
What
I know
you saying?
told me we can't.
Would you say, Jem?
Yeah.
No, go on, bro.
What are you saying, Will? What are you saying, Will, about this?
I think
about
this
Chilwell?
is. It's just thank fuck we didn't give him the number 3 shirt. Jesus God, I'd rather anyone wear the number 3 shirt over fucking Ben Chilwell. To be fair, it was shocking, absolutely shocking. And to be fair, I'm actually gonna be over. I'm not trying to be overcritical, but even if you look against Liverpool, I don't think he was that good against Liverpool. I think that was a very overrated performance against Liverpool. I thought he was actually one of our worst players. I thought he was bang average. Apart from that purple patch at the start of the season, like maybe 3 games, he's been rubbish, absolutely awful.
Even that purple patch, let's really assess it. It's mainly down to the fact that he got goals.
Exactly. He got goal contributions. It's just, oh my God.
So what do you give him, mate?
Well, let's go to Dortmund. Let's go to Dortmund. Instead of Haaland, maybe let's go and get Guerrero. Yeah, let's bring him back to the bridge instead of get the reunion with Tuchel.
What did you give him, Will? What did you give him?
3.5, 3.5.
Right, Mason Mount.
No, you know what?
Mason Mount. Money Mason.
Can we keep this short, this Mount?
Yeah.
Debate,
Well,
Mason
Mount, people.
Johnny's in the comments. He wants to come on.
Please smash the like button. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe if you're new here. Please also share on your socials as well, people. There's nearly 35 of you here. We appreciate that as always. Mason Mount.
Jem, can I go first?
For his standards, he had quite a bang average game. Let's be serious. He linked up well with Havertz here and there. Don't get me wrong throughout the game, but other than that, I don't know. It was just one of them days, wasn't it? It just wasn't happening for me. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm just going to give him a 5.5. That's it. I'm going to give Mason Mount. So, Lambs, what are you saying?
5.
5. 5.
You don't want to get into a debate. 5.
All right, 5. Everyone's like stepping careful because of Johnny. They're like, is he watching? Winter Circle, what are you saying?
I'll keep it short as well. I thought his passing was well off today. Some of his decision making was off as well. I'm giving a lower one than Jorginho and Kante because he can have more influence in the game. So yeah, 5 for me.
Prime.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, there are moments like I said, he put in actually a great ball for Pulisic. If he scores that, that's a goal and people praise him. But yeah, there were inconsistencies in his game, making the wrong decision. But the thing is, for me, I just cannot. I'm not solely blaming him because the rest of the forward line was also poor. Yeah, we give him a 5. The rest of them, because we expect more from the rest of them, so I don't know what they're going to get.
Just wait.
Yeah, we will get to them very, very soon. Trust me. Lens, what are you saying?
I'll be honest. I'll give him a 6, man. I don't think he was. Actually, I think he was one of our better forwards compared to the rest. I'll be honest. I'll give him a 6. He was better than them. Like he wasn't as wasteful as them.
Yeah.
Well,
let's hear that. Will.
I was sort of joking when I said I was going to go in on Mason Mount. I'm not going to go in on him because he's been great recently. You know, it's the same. It was really the same old Mount, but a little bit less of a cutting edge, like he has had against teams like Liverpool. Wrong decision making at times, but you know I expect that with him. So yeah, I'll just give him a 5, just a little bit below, maybe average.
Do we want to on this next one? Do we just want to I can't even bother to go round on these ones because I don't think they deserve it. I think we all probably agree. We're going to start with Ziyech. I'm going to say -5.
I'm starting. With
all right,
Ziyech.
go on, Prime.
Because remember when we signed him and I said he will be our flop of the season.
Prime, he's not even our flop of the season. That's how bad our signing.
No. Hold on. Hold on. The gas Chelsea fans gave this guy because he scored a moment of brilliance free kick against Kappa in our Champions League group stage, and you guys were gassed from this guy. No.
So now you want to do the
moments.
moments.
Didn't you change your mind like 3
so
weeks
now
later?
you want to do the moments.
What?
Didn't you change your mind as when he started playing for us? You changed your mind, didn't you?
Yeah, because
against
I wanted to.
Sheffield
Yes,
United.
because I wanted to get you guys off my back.
I got
shut up,
against Sheffield United.
But what was I? What
admit
was
I
I also saying in those games we were winning that we haven't faced tough?
Yeah.
When we played, look, he got sussed out when we played Spurs, and no one rates them.
Yeah, he was.
I don't think if we're selling anyone out of this team, I will gladly sell him.
Yeah, same.
I agree with Prime.
I don't think we actually play to. I don't think this system suits him. It's just very clear and obvious that a 10 is not his position, and we keep playing him there. Like it doesn't work. I don't know why we keep doing it.
10 is not his position. He's a player that likes to roam and have a free role.
Yeah,
I actually
he's a luxury player.
I actually wasn't playing at the right wing, and what annoys me is that we signed Werner,
right.
who's a luxury player. Havertz is also a luxury player, and Ziyech is a luxury player. And maybe
I'll be honest with you, Prime.
You can argue Mount is a luxury player as well. We
Prime,
signed too many players for different systems.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think any of our forwards, except for him, are luxury. I think Pulisic works hard. I think Werner works really hard. I think Mount obviously works hard.
No.
But Ziyech is the one guy that it doesn't work hard enough for me. Like if you're not going to score goals and create chances, at least work for the team. He doesn't even do that.
And I didn't say they don't work hard. I said they're luxury. Maybe luxury player is the wrong word. I mean, they're players who you build a system around.
Yeah.
But we signed individual players who have individual systems built around them. They don't mesh together, which is why I'm like, if we sign Haaland, he's another player you build a system around.
I agree.
Spot on.
So I'd rather have someone who supplements what we already have.
Sticking to this game. I've given him a minus. I'll put a minus there, and you can put the number. But I mean, I'm assuming we all agree, didn't we, on this one? It was shocking.
I don't know about minus, man.
He put in 2 good balls, so that's an improvement considering his previous performances. So I was going to give him a 2, for the 2 balls.
If he starts against Atletico Madrid,
Winter server.
Yeah, 2. Nothing more.
Chris, what are you saying? Chris, no, you can't be saying this to me. He was not a 5 today. You can't.
I think real Chris maybe.
You can't.
So, he does like to put.
No, I think Chris is just trying to be nice, like he always does. He's always.
Yeah, but also he's got a little
Chris
bit.
is a really nice person, so I think he's trying to show encouragement because it is an improvement, guys. He put in 2 good balls.
Trust me, Ziyech is not
Jem,
the hell
can
you
I
want to
mention
tie off.
Ziyech quickly because I didn't get right. You know Ziyech, yeah?
Yeah, go on. Will.
For me, he was the worst player on the pitch.
Yeah.
For me.
One more thing. There's a comment that says, "Give him time to develop." He's 28 years old. Sorry about that. He can't develop from there.
Do you know what?
He's a
Do you know what? We need to learn from this summer window. We need to learn to stop buying good names and actually to buy good players that suit what we're trying to build. That's what we need to do. Exactly what Prime said. So
that's what we
I'll give him a 2.
Which is why, if we're building for Tuchel, if he says he doesn't want Haaland, don't buy Haaland.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
Next one.
What about this guy, guys? What are we saying about him? For me, he was a 2/3/4.
Yeah.
Go on, Winter Server.
Yeah. So this man is dubbed Captain America, right? You have let this shield down, my friend.
Don't you dare.
You've let this shield down, okay? You've let this shield down. Shame on you. Shame on you. You are the Falcon of this team. The Falcon of this team. How dare you?
He's old man Captain America.
He's
all right?
old man. He's rubbish. He's US agent. He's rubbish. He doesn't deserve it. Yeah. I've seen harder pass backs than his striking today, man. Some of his shots today were atrocious. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? 1.5.
Wow. No, he wasn't our worst player. Come on, Daniel.
Anyone
There
else
was
want
a
to add
goal.
to that? It's just open. It's open for you all to say what you like, guys.
Not
I'll be honest,
Just say what you think. I'm not going to go
Is
He
it
around.
wasn't
haven't
our
seen-
worst. He was bad, but he wasn't our worst. I'd give him a 3.
not
Give him a 3.
applicable.
I don't think he was as bad as Ziyech.
Listen, I haven't seen a bigger
Not
fraud.
even a
Yeah?
minus number.
I haven't seen a bigger American fraud since I saw.
A.
Literally, man. Listen, I haven't seen a bigger
You
fraud
let us
since
down,
Trump's inaugural
Pulisic.
speech, man. I'll be honest.
I was
Honestly,
nice
I'm
to Mount.
sorry.
I should have been a bit
I'm
more
sorry,
harsh.
man.
With the Mount stands piping up in the chat, I should have been more harsh. I should
No,
have tried
listen.
to trigger them.
Listen, before people told me he was playing right wing back, his average position was literally on the right wing of the box. I don't want to hear
Even on
wing
the
back.
right hand side, that's his weaker position than on the left.
No, I'm sorry. Listen. You don't start games. Listen, prove yourself to the manager. Man. Prove yourself to the fans. Do
He needs
something.
to get consistent. He needs to get consistent starts.
Tuchel bigged him up in the press.
Yeah, but
He
well,
bigged him up.
Do what you can if you're lucky enough to be subbed on. Do what you can to prove that you deserve to start. But to start,
Can-
bro, this
Wait.
guy's done nothing the entire season. Nothing at all.
He's,
Well,
he hasn't. No, he has.
well,
he has
if
done.
He had the chance. He was given the chance to start. And again, you put in a
Just
god awful
because
performance.
no, if
Not-
if you're saying he needs consistent performance starts and stuff to build up fitness and whatever
consistency.
they be,
Yeah.
yeah, that means that we're not going to see that until next season then, because we have
okay.
no time to bed him in. Really.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Can I just
Can I
say
make
one
one
thing
last
about
point about
Pulisic?
him? Go on. You go first.
Just because he has 1 goal and 1 assist does not mean he's not done things for this team. I will make a compilation of games if you want where he's played well and he hasn't got a goal or assist.
Will,
I
not
will
one of
go
us
and
mentioned
find
his
them.
stats.
Well,
Not one of us
if
mentioned his
if
stats.
you say pre-assist, Will, I'm going to jump down the phone like
I
Matrix.
mean, it's not a
and
thing
headbutt.
Well,
on record,
well,
okay?
are you going to use Gangster's Paradise in the
Yeah.
competition?
Yeah.
I'll make one
No,
point
I
about him
won't.
quickly.
Go on,
One point
Slens.
about him, yeah. Well, for me, I don't like the way Tuchel played him. I don't know if it's I want to keep him in the team, so I play him. No, I don't care. Be ruthless. If he's not good enough, don't start him, man. I don't care. None of this niceness anymore, man.
Yeah.
We need to win games.
Yeah.
To win
Hudson Odoi
games.
should have started.
You know
We
what?
can all agree
The
on
only-
that, can't
The only defense, boys, ladies, the only defense I would have of Christian Pulisic is he played a right wing back role today, which we haven't seen him play pretty much all season. This is the first time that he's been asked to play in that position. In the first half, he whipped some good balls in. I actually thought, you know what, he's getting down the wing, he's driving, he's trying to do the right thing in that sense, yeah. But the second half, he was shocking. So for me, he weren't worse than Ziyech. I thought Ziyech was worse than him. He still had a bit more of an influence in the game. But with Christian Pulisic, we expect so much more from him. We saw what he could do at the end of last season.
Yeah.
We saw it. We see that, we see how good he was potentially. And I don't get how the drop-offs come so big. I don't get this drop-off like with some of our players. And if they're not going to perform, they need to be dropped. I agree.
Yeah.
And it's just one of them unfortunate
So it is.
situations, really, isn't it? But
Yeah.
we're going to move on to Kai Havertz. I mean, everyone's going to be sort of mixed views on this, really. Again, anyone want to start on it?
Me. Wait,
Go
Sen, do you want to go first, or should I go
Yeah,
first? 'Cause
I'm going to be quick. But
Yeah.
for me, listen, if it was Timo Werner that missed those chances, I'd be harsh on him. So I'm going to be harsh. He should have scored 1 or 2 goals today, at least 1. I'm going to give him a 2. He wasn't that good today. Sorry. Didn't link up well as well. That's all I have to say.
I can't be that harsh. I can't be that.
Hear that.
I was literally going to give him a 3 because, again, underwhelming performances. He had the best chances, should have converted those. But I'm not going to be too harsh on Havertz because it's really kind of like his third kind of game on the Tuchel.
Yeah.
So come back from injury, doesn't really have much game time as some of the others. So but considering the standard he kind of set after the Everton game, I did expect a little bit better. But it was kind of poor from the majority of the team tonight. But again, you should be putting those away. So a 3 from me.
Yeah,
I hear that.
Agree I
Winter
agree
Surfer?
with,
As much
Go
as
on,
as great as he was against Everton, I thought he was as bad as he was today. And it's summed up in that chance in the second half where he had acres of space. He took that extra touch, which allowed the defender to get back in place. Because their goalkeeper, I mean, we complain about Kepa. Their goalkeeper is rank. Yeah, he made 7 to 8 mistakes in the first half. In the first half, and for me, it's a 4. It's a 4 because, and also after that chance, he disappeared.
I agree with Andrew. I'm just going to go with a 4 and just agree with what Andrew said.
Look at Jadon Sancho. Look, flop chill. What are you talking about, mate? Flop chill.
Wait, yeah, but the thing is, though, he's probably a Man United fan behind that, but he doesn't know that Sancho's actually going to probably more likely to come to Chelsea than Manchester United. So
Who's flop chill?
That's true.
Chilwell. Tuchel.
Was it
Tuchel?
That's such a bad name.
Flop chill.
Yeah, flop chill, yeah.
What was annoying today was, look, because we were having a few pop shots, and there's nothing wrong with that, but no one was following that up. Because Melier, he was making saves, but still pushing them back into danger zones.
Yeah.
And we weren't attacking. At least if Werner started, he would have attacked those balls, and maybe they would have resulted in a goal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But Prime, did you notice when Kai went wide? No one was going in the box.
Yeah.
No one was going in the box.
we weren't fluid enough.
That was coming, but he was a little bit too slow to get there for one of those chances.
But if you start in Timo and he goes wide,
Exactly.
Timo and he goes wide,
Look,
Kai would be in the
for
box
me,
then. So
for me, it's was his movement good today? Yes. He made the right runs and whatever, but I do agree with most of you. I think you've got to hold the same energy as we do for Timo Werner, especially in the second half when he had all the time in the world in front of goal, and all he had to do was pull it either in the bottom corner, or right. But what does he do? He blasts it. So he goes straight at the goalie. You've got to be putting them away. I'm sorry, we made enough chances today for him to score and others as well. And for me, he was okay. He done what he was meant to do. Making runs. His movement's awesome. Like his movement off the ball, making runs behind the back of the defence and things like that. It works. Don't get me wrong. He's got pace as well. A lot of pace, to be fair. But overall, what let him down was just when we needed it in front of goal. When we needed someone to step up. And I keep saying it. We do not have a spine through that squad, from goalie to striker. That is an issue because when you get yourself into these games and you need your players, we had John Terry used to step up, Lampard used to step up, we haven't got that. Who steps up in these games when we're struggling just to get that goal?
I said it today, Jim. I said it. Every top six side have someone that steps up. If someone has a bad game, the other person will step up. Spurs, Kane, Son, City, Silva, Mahrez. We don't have that. No one's stepping up.
Jem, hang on, Jem. That goes to your point on the terrace, or if you made it about leadership, right? It doesn't have to be a captain that's leader. When we back in our glory days, if we weren't playing well, one of those players stepped up, took the game by the scruff of the neck, and got us through them. Yeah. So we admit, even during our glory days, some of the games we played bang average, but we won them. Yeah. Because someone stepped up, or two players stepped up. This will sum it all up, and I think Nam said it as well. We had 3 minutes of injury time, yeah? We were in our own half. Where was the urgency? Christensen was strolling out the back like we'd already had this game won. Yeah? None. Nothing whatsoever. And they were all static like Sabutio men when they got the ball in the final third. There was no movement at all. Nothing.
Andrew, what you just said is what I was saying last season, lack of leadership.
Yes.
Because the thing is, there's actual quality in this team, but it's like no one wants to step up. They're too afraid of stepping up because I don't know. Maybe it's a thing of if they try something and it doesn't go off, and it fails and we lose, then the blame's on them. But it's a mentality factor, and that's why if we're gonna get players this summer, make sure they're actual leaders in this team as well. Because that's a massive problem.
Brian, I said this to you. When we go looking at these players, let me see the attributes. Let me see the attributes in leadership, not the name first. It's attributes in leadership, then the name.
Just quickly. Man of the match. Can we all agree that it was Mendy? Does anyone disagree?
Yeah.
Has to
I think
be.
Rudiger.
Has to be.
Rudiger, no?
Has to be.
Rudiger?
Man. Who?
Maybe
Maybe
Rudiger.
Rudiger or Mendy,
No.
it doesn't matter which one. Just one of
Mendy
the
for
two.
that second
No,
one in
for
the
that,
second
yeah,
half, man.
that was a
That's-
war class save. Yeah,
I'll accept Mendy. I'll accept Mendy.
Yeah,
Rudiger was
that's
good.
fair enough.
Rudiger was good.
Rudiger was good.
I'm assuming this is the question you want to ask me, Jam.
We've got some people in the back, guys, that want to jump in
Yeah.
as well. We're going to throw in
Sorry,
Johnny.
guys.
Johnny's into house.
you
Johnny
later.
is in the house.
Yeah, what's happening?
lads.
What's
Later,
happening,
lads.
people?
Wait, before you go, Jem, what is the question you want to ask me? Did I freeze?
Sorry, Prime?
What is the
Yeah,
question
you did.
want
Yeah,
to
sorry,
ask
what did you say?
What is the question you want to ask me?
Oh, yeah. The question we want to ask you is, obviously, you mentioned a lot of slate on Mendy and saying Kepa should come in and take over because you don't think this guy's good enough to be a first starter at Chelsea. And today he dug us out. And to be honest, if he didn't save that, we probably would have lost this game. I don't think Kepa would have saved that, in my honest opinion. So, do you take back your thoughts against Mendy and saying that Kepa should be given an opportunity?
Are you talking about that specific statement or the whole thing I've been saying? Because there's context to both of them. That particular statement.
I'm talking about the statement about Mendy being a flop. You called him a flop, Prime. You called him a flop.
I don't think.
Yeah, because I said, well, I don't think, again, this Andrew actually said this perfectly. The standard of left back, which is Ashley Cole, the standard of goalkeeper is Petr Cech. And again, my thing could, if we're saying we want to go get back to the top, right? We need the best of the best. We need a team that works. That's why I keep saying I want a world-class goalkeeper. Again, I've said Mendy he's a good average goalkeeper. But my standard of what I'm looking at for goalkeepers is Oblak, Buffon in his prime, Van der Sar in his prime, Schmeichel, Cech, Neuer, David De Gea a few years ago. That's the standard. I'm looking goalkeepers who make impossible saves when they shouldn't make them. Like that save Mendy made, that was a world-class save. But he's not making that on a consistent basis.
He doesn't need to.
Okay, but he doesn't. I don't expect him to make that anyway because I know he's not a world-class goalkeeper. But what I've said about him was valid completely. Also, you're saying apologies. I don't need to make an apology because there's nothing wrong with what I said. But I did apologize like 2 weeks ago. I think was it after the Atletico Madrid game, or maybe was it? I think in the United game or something. I said Mendy has been brilliant since Tuchel's come in, and I want to see a few more games because I knew we still had tougher fixtures to go. After Atletico Madrid is when I will make my assessment on him. Because remember at the start of the season when I said he's not good enough and you guys said chill, I said fine. We'll wait until the end of the season where all the assessment comes from him. People can say all of this clean sheets he has, but again, a lot of those clean sheets were during the run of games under Frank when we were playing easy teams, and now under Tuchel where we have a solid defense, we have a solid structure. So unless you're telling me he's amazing, and again, I've said to you guys, I've not even just you on the panel, I've asked everyone, Chelsea fans, do you think he's a world-class goalkeeper? If so, explain to me how, or does he have the potential to be? And if you explain it to me, then fair enough, I won't argue against it. But no one's been able to tell me that he can be a world-class goalkeeper.
If he's going to be world-class, Prime, if he's going to be world-class, he's at the best club to prove to be world-class.
Fine,
and especially in Champions League. But he's past his. It's not like he's had a really long career, like at the high level.
No,
so
but what I've
really
asked, Johnny, when I've asked that, no one said that to me either.
Oh well,
whenever I've asked, you've all went silent.
No, not again.
I hate this guy. So
that's my general thing. I think he's got the chance now.
Yeah. So, boys, let's let Ads talk quickly.
Jim, why was it when I come on? It's like I was from The Shining or something. Everyone just ducked up, bruv.
Ads, what you saying?
Not too bad, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna give my thoughts on the game, and honest thoughts on the game. I'm with Prime 100%. Like he's one of the first people to ever said like give his proper thoughts on Mendy. I don't think he's world class. I don't think maybe he doesn't have the potential to be world class, but at the moment I'm not seeing it. At the moment I'm not seeing it, and for me, what I would do, I'd sell Kepa and make Mendy your second option goalkeeper, and get a proper goalkeeper for your first stance one. That's what I would do personally, because Mendy can do a job. There's no denying that. That's just the truth. He can do a job, but can he do it consistently? We've seen he can't. So when you get, I think what you need is a goalkeeper who can take that first spot, and that second position will rightfully be Mendy's. He would have deserved it anyway. He gets into that second spot easily. So and that save was world class. I'm with Prime on that one. It was brilliant. I don't think most goalkeepers in the league could do that. With the maximum ease that he actually did it with, but today I don't think you guys played that great. I think Havertz's movement was brilliant.
I can't hear it, by the way.
I think Havertz.
You hear me, Johnny?
I can hear you. I just cannot hear ads.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Go on.
All right, sick. I think like Jem said, I think Havertz. I think his movement was pretty good, but at the same time, he's there to do one job and he didn't execute today. I think the defense was decent, but Mendy was your best player today, and that's not saying much. He didn't really have much to do, just that one save. But no one had a major impact. But I think you guys move on from here, man. I think you guys learn from your mistakes. It's like one of the first draws you guys have. So yeah, just move on and be.
Can I ask everyone a question? Just a quick question.
Go on.
It's just a one or the other question, because I had an argument not an argument, but a debate about this on Charlotte's channel. What game is more important, the Leeds game today or the Atletico one? Just a simple answer.
Atletico.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is the same pattern as the Southampton game, if you remember.
Johnny, you reckon this game is not important at Atletico? You reckon that?
No, not in the long run.
For financial reasons, to get to the quarters, of course, man.
No, this game is far more important.
No, it's not. No, forget the financial stuff. In turns, again, Tuchel's not stupid. Yes, we would love to have won this game. We'd love to have won against Southampton or even against Man United. But when you look at it realistically, everyone else is going to drop points. We're not going to drop more points than West Ham, Man United. Who else is there?
Everton,
Leicester, Everton, Liverpool. We're not dropping more points than them. So even if we drop a few points, we will still get top four.
No,
we haven't lost.
Today's not a bad result. It is a bad
result. It is
It's not a bad result.
It is. 2 points drop.
Johnny. On a long way.
Yes and no. Yes,
We didn't play well enough in the final third. I'm
Boys,
sorry.
we're not
But Johnny, do you reckon like in the long term, at the end of the season, let's see if we make it the top four, like.
Yeah.
If we make it the top four by the end of the season, like, do you look back on this day, like we could have been, up for
the Champions League is a lottery. This is our bread and butter.
I don't think you realise, right, that we've gone on the toughest run as soon as Tuchel's come in. We've gone on a really, really tough run.
But Johnny,
hold on. He's done remarkably well. Amazing.
I'm not saying he hasn't.
All right, okay, but we've got a very high intensity game with Letty. We haven't got Mount. We haven't got Jorginho. He's had to rest Giroud. He's had to rest Odoi because they're in contention for that game. All right. So he's managed the squad well. But our next run of fixtures after Letty game are all winnable. The next 5 fixtures. If we don't win any of those games, then you can say, "Oh, the Leeds game was a bad result." But right now, as it stands, it's not a bad result. And to be fair to Leeds, they deserve a draw, man. They deserve a draw.
Just to Go on. Do you think that if we win this game and then win the next 2 games, we could have gone to an international break on a high note?
Yeah.
And then it's all about confidence, Johnny, at the end of the day. And if you haven't got that confidence, though, mentally, what's going to happen to you?
Well, we had confidence against Everton and we won 2-0. But he didn't go with that front line.
But
that front
Johnny,
line, I think, is the front line to go forward with.
It's pointless now. We beat Everton.
No, but you got to understand, guys, that we're still Tuchel's paved over a lot of cracks when he's come in. And the cracks have shown today again, like they did in the Southampton game. Mount has been the only player that's dug us out of games. There's no one else that steps up in our front line. No, I'm giving you an example. I'm giving you an example, right? That you guys were calling out for leadership in the spine. Now, the only leader that we've got up front is Giroud, and he didn't play. All right, we had Kante and Jorginho. Arguably, Kante had a better game than Jorginho, and Rudiger was fantastic, my man of the match, with Mendy. Okay? They're the only ones that are leading. But when you're looking at our front line, we haven't got, apart from Ziyech, everyone else is on the average age of about 20 years old. So you're asking for 20-year-olds to dig it out of the ground. Mount can't do it every game. Okay,
No, he can't.
and he was too busy looking over his shoulder to Chilwell the whole flipping game anyway, because he was so poor defensively. Had to worry about him, so he couldn't push forward like he did in the Liverpool game as much. So these are all factors you've got to look at, and the fact that Leeds did have 2 really good chances and could have actually nicked it 1-0. It's actually not a bad result.
Let me just say something. I just want to say something real quick. This is a bad result for me. It's also, I'm not looking at Man United. I'm looking at putting distance from the teams behind us. I'm not focused on Man United at all. The distance is between us now. West Ham, Everton, and Spurs all have 2 games.
Who's West Ham playing now, though? They're playing United. And who's Tottenham playing? Spurs.
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Everton got Villa after this, by the way.
And then Everton have got Villa. They're all really tough games, all those games. I wouldn't be surprised if you got draws.
No, Everton haven't got Villa, sorry. Everton
wasn't a tough game for us. We made it a tough
Everton
game.
got Burnley, sorry.
Everton got Burnley.
I'm not respecting
Leeds are 11.
Leeds are trash. Leeds are trash.
Yeah, Leeds league goal. Leeds league goal.
I know they do, but the way they played today, they showed us a lot of respect, and you can't say they didn't.
Yeah.
No, we just didn't take our chances, Johnny.
We didn't. We had 2. Listen, we only had.
Mendy saved us from an embarrassment today. Mendy saved us from.
No, he did his job. Right, guys, listen. Kai Havertz had 2 chances, and Pulisic had a chance from Mount,
and Chilwell
had a chance from Mount as well. So that's 4 chances. But 4 chances, we've had 10 chances and we still can't get 1 goal. So what do you think we're going to get 4 chances to score a goal? None of our front line are clinical. None of our front line are playing well.
We know that.
Right?
That's a problem.
So
why are we respecting Leeds?
You're expecting us to create to score goals. A chance to fall to Havertz. He's had 190 minutes in 10 games. All right, and that was the Everton game, and he had a great performance. But you're asking another 90 minutes of a high intensity game for him to be clinical again, and a couple chances fell, and it didn't land.
Johnny, he was in the box. He was in the box, no one around him. He took an extra touch. He took an extra touch where he didn't need to.
Johnny,
you're going to crucify him for 1 touch, Andrew. Come on,
I am. Yeah, I am. Because I'm Chelsea.
Bro.
I'm Chelsea, and my standards are winning championships and Champions League.
My standards are high as well, man.
I know they're high. My standards are high, but today it was a fair result, mate. I'm sorry.
Johnny.
McTominay scored 2 goals against Leeds. McTominay
but mate, do you know how Man United play? Man United sit back, they let Leeds press onto them, and they hit them on the counter.
You're saying
we don't play like that.
Leeds. You said that the Leeds game's bigger than the Atletico ones. That must mean
something.
something.
My
no, that's not the same. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a league game.
Guys.
That's what it is.
Atletico's far
Guys, let Ads go.
It is.
Let Ad go, and then we'll let Wira go, and then we'll let Alex go, because there's other people here as well. They haven't spoken. Yet as well.
I'm gonna be straight. I don't care. I'm with Andrew on this one. Like, if you set high standards, Johnny, if you set high standards for your club, there's no way that result is acceptable. It might be a draw and not a loss, but the manner and how you guys drew and came out of that game, good enough. It was not good enough. For me, like, I don't know how you're accepting a draw, because if that was me, I wouldn't be happy. And this is what I've come on to say. I can relate to this. We go on these runs, we get good wins, we get that 1 patch draw, and then it's like everything's coming to the fucking end. Listen, you guys are gonna play well after this game. You guys are gonna play well after the game. But what I'm trying to say is, understand that there are fans out there who set real high standards for the club, saying if you get a 0-0 draw, that's fine. If you get a 0-0 draw against Atletico, for example, this is the first league again, you get a 0-0 draw against them, but you guys actually take your chances, and maybe they hit the bar, maybe they just go out for a corner, goalkeeper's on form, like that is a draw that's acceptable when you actually give it 110%. This was a poor mannered draw, and I won't have it any other way.
Of course it was. No one's saying it. No.
Yeah, but look at the run. Look at the games we've had in front of this game. Is what I'm trying to explain.
Johnny, it's all about keeping the momentum. We had good
momentum, bro.
Can I say, when you look at, if you're saying in terms of the game itself is a bad result, I don't know, maybe, but in context, like, is anyone in actual fear of getting top 4? because you shouldn't be. We will get
Potentially.
Potentially. No.
West Ham have got 2 games left.
9 games left. We've only got 9
West
games.
Ham are not a problem. We will get top 4. I think the thing is in the Champions League, we've got a second. No, we've got a second leg where we're not exactly 100% through. Atletico have players coming back. We're missing Jorginho and Mount in the 2 games, which could add something to us, and we're missing that. So it's a thing of that is more. Well, the thing is that is more important as of now, and in the context of the season. Let's see how far we can actually do in these cup competitions. Yeah, we're getting top 4.
Can we let Wira go next, please? Because he's not spoken yet. Wira, what are you saying?
Apologies.
It's gone. Okay, cool.
Wow, that was great.
That's cool.
Andrew,
Good say.
Andrew.
Good say.
Yeah.
Go on, Chris.
I was gonna say I booked the plane tickets first. We're out here.
Oh, the Leeds, yeah. I'm on there, mate. Don't worry, I've got the emergency bag packed. Don't worry, it's all good.
Today's performance was very frustrating today. Our clinical. This is our story of Chelsea's season. We're not good enough. Have I got feedback at the back? I can hear myself.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, that's a bit weird. Okay. It's the story of our season. Us not finishing it. It could be Werner up front today, and he's not finishing. Now it's Kai Havertz today. He's not finishing. It's something's going wrong today, and on our season, I would say something's just going wrong with our finishing. That's all. I don't know if it's due to training. I don't know, but
it's because they're mixed, Chrissy. Everyone's been mixed every game. There's always a tinkering in the front 3. So how do you expect to get a fluid consistency and players on form if they're all having to learn everyone else's different?
Do you know what that is? I think people doesn't know it's best front 3. To be fair.
I think that's true. I think he's trying things. I think he's trying different things.
Also, keep in mind, this guy came about, 6 weeks ago now? 7 weeks ago.
Yeah, man, he needs time.
And we're now playing with players who maybe individually we don't rate. So Christensen or Rudiger or Alonso. We're defensively solid, and we've got our patterns and our style is actually working. The only thing is that we can't score or the final ball. If that's the only thing you guys are complaining about, that's a good thing. Because once we fix that, if we fix that for next season, so whether that's Haaland or Sancho or Lukaku or whoever, once we fix that for next season.
But let me just say, right,
guys,
let me just say, whoever doesn't matter, the front 3 thing, mixture, fine, but that doesn't account for Kai Havertz's decision making when he had the goal in front of him and he took that extra touch. It doesn't.
Yeah,
whoever's playing the front 3.
Andrew, is what I'm trying to say.
It's not match fitness.
It is,
no,
man.
it's not match fitness.
Man.
How is taking an extra touch match fitness?
It's not, Johnny.
It's not match fitness.
I don't want to hear it, bro.
That's
Come on,
rubbish.
man. An extra touch. If he was match fit, he wouldn't have taken that extra touch. That's the point.
Johnny.
Match fitness has got
One second. If that was Timo Werner doing that, we would have slated him to death, right? At the end of the day, Kai Havertz was in position. He had lots of time on the ball to place it into the corner.
Yeah.
He decided to go with power, and it went straight at the goalie. That's the difference. He's making the wrong decision when he's in front of goal.
But you're expecting another Ziyech. Right. So with the United game, you had Ziyech, and he had that one shot kill, and you expect him to bag it in, and he's played. That was his first game back. All right. Kai Havertz has only played 90 minutes in the last 10 games. 10 games.
Actually,
it's not an excuse.
And he's had COVID.
You know what?
I don't bag on Ziyech, Johnny. I don't bag on Ziyech.
Johnny actually has a point, but I think he's making
the wrong
context.
Hold on.
Context. I know what you're saying.
It's not fitness. It's confidence. Because, for example, you know when Salah first came to Liverpool and he was in that purple patch for 6 months where it seemed like every shot he was scoring.
Yeah,
that's not necessarily ability. That's just you're just in a patch of form. That's confidence. That's Bruno Fernandes right now. It's just like everything you're doing touches the goal. And once they get back their confidence, because your ability doesn't go away.
Game time, Brian, is what I'm saying.
Follow
me on Twitter. If you ever want to collab with me, just DM me on there.
Why are you listening
Who
to
is
Napoon? Listen, it's Napoon. I don't know where's Napoon.
Anyway,
Can I say something about Ziyech?
Anyway, my thing is, it's just their confidence in.
My bad. I was on my phone. Sorry.
What I'm saying is we only
wait until-
created
wait
5
until next
chances,
season.
right? Or 4 chances, okay? That's not good enough for a whole game. 4 chances is not good enough. So you're expecting our unclinical, awful front three to convert one of those chances out of 4. We should be creating
We need
20
to.
chances,
That's the problem,
15
isn't it?
chances.
Yeah.
No,
That's the
but
problem.
the point is, yeah, it is a
Isn't it?
problem. But what I'm saying is you've got to give them slack because you can't expect them to convert when no one's converting anyway. Is
Yeah, but
what
who
I'm
does that
saying.
lie at then, Johnny? Who does that lie at then?
It lines up to
But they
our
were doing
players
this
not
in the
playing with
German
each
league,
other
Johnny.
consistently.
They were doing
They
this in the
haven't
German
played with
league.
each other
Oh boy,
consistently.
here we go.
Johnny, when this
Listen, I back my players and I back my team. I'm not going to slander my players for a 0-0 draw.
Johnny, when this
But then you've got a problem then, because you can't accept criticism of our players. Then you've got a problem. You've got a problem. You need
I'm
to
not
start
saying they had a great
criticising.
game, but they
No,
weren't
but
piss
you
poor,
don't-
bruv. They
but
weren't
no,
all
but
piss poor.
you don't allow others to criticise the players. You think that's wrong.
No,
I
you can
still
say
back
what you
the-
want, but
No,
I'm just
I can
saying to
still
you,
back-
I
can still
don't
back these
think it's
players
as
to
bad as you're all
criticise.
making it out to be.
Well, and then I think I don't know what you're watching, okay? I don't know what you're watching. That means your standards have slipped as a Chelsea fan.
No,
okay?
I appreciate the run we've been on. I appreciate the run we've been on.
I have as well, but Leeds
We
are
played
shit.
United,
Leeds are
Liverpool,
shit.
Leeds.
Leeds
Who
are
else we
shit.
played? Atletico
McTominay
Madrid.
scored 2 goals. McTominay is shit.
It doesn't
Yeah?
matter, bruv.
It does
United
matter.
played different to us.
I don't give
United
a
did
royal
not play like
flaming
we played
fuck,
today.
Yeah? I'm Chelsea. I want to get back to the top of the league. Leeds
Yeah.
are there for the taking.
Andrew,
And-
are we a
and if I
complete
come away
side,
from the
mate?
game-
Are we
I
a
come
finished
away from the
article
game,
team? No.
And Mendy, I
We're
come away
not a
from the
finished
game,
article
and
team.
Mendy is man of the match.
We're
That
not
is
a finished
bullshit.
article team, Andrew. What don't you understand with that, bro? We're building.
Why do you have to be a finished article team to actually finish properly?
Because when you're
Pulisic gets hit harder pass backs. and
Geezer,
Kai Havertz
how many times
took an
has
extra
Pulisic
touch.
played this season? How many times has Ziyech played this season? How many times has
Yeah, not good
Kai
enough.
Havertz played this
Not
season?
good enough.
Good enough.
I'm sorry,
Not good
bro.
enough.
You've got to let him settle.
One second. Let me step in here.
It's ridiculous.
Listen,
Johnny Bomb. There it is. Johnny Bomb. Johnny Bomb. There it is.
I was in
down there.
I was in your spot. I was in your spot, right, where you feel like you can't criticize the players, but I'm gonna just say this as blatantly as possible. I know who didn't and I know who did, but everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, there's no creativity," but you've just said there's no creativity now. But a few months back, it was all Lampard's fault there was no creativity. So what's the fucking difference?
Exactly, bruv.
difference?
It's the players. They need time
It's
to
the
bed
players.
in. United have had their
players.
team for 3 years, bruv, and made some additions. We haven't had that. We've made 7 additions to this side, and one of them's
All
gone
I'm
on
going
loan.
to say is we create chances.
And we
a lot
need it
better
into
than
the
them.
season.
I can't understand if you think that a manager, especially a manager coming in halfway through the season, is just going to gel all these players magically, bruv. All right, from different leagues. You're crackers,
Johnny.
man.
One second.
I've never blamed. If you heard my criticism,
second,
I've never
guys.
blamed.
Time
Tuchel.
out,
I've
time
never
out.
blamed Tuchel.
Guys.
No,
1 second. I need to answer to Johnny. Johnny, I agree with you when it comes to that we have to give players time. I am big for that. I think every player that we signed, I would give a free pass this season. Next season is when we got to start looking at them. They get a pre-season in.
Yeah.
If they continue performing to these levels, then we have to question them. I get that. But what we can do as fans is that in games when we get opportunities in front of goals, you've got to bear in mind, Kai Havertz he's a good finisher. He's done it in the German league. Timo Werner is a good finisher. He's done it in the German league. He was the second highest goal scorer in Europe. You know what I mean? Up barring Lewandowski at one point. Yeah. These guys, when they're getting the opportunities in front of goal, have to be putting them away. It's still the same net. It's still the same goal. They're still getting. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing different in that sense in terms of being in front of goal and placing it. Or do you know what I mean? Just being a bit more.
I know what you're saying, Jem. I know what you're saying.
I know it can be confidence, and I get that, but it can't continue.
I don't even put it down to
the whole
confidence
season.
solely, though. I don't.
Yeah.
I put Werner to confidence. Werner's definitely confidence issue. Kai Havertz isn't so much a confidence issue. It's the fact that he's hardly played. He's hardly played this season. Okay, and Ziyech, Pulisic has come back. His first start in. I can't remember when his first start was for us. I can't even remember. Right, and he's still nowhere near match fit. Nowhere near it. Okay, because he's not going to play the Letty game. And Tuchel was looking to nick this game. I don't know what you want to say about it. But that's
I hear that, Johnny. I hear that. Let's let some other people.
I just want to add one thing.
I
Go on,
need to talk. I need to have a
Okay,
point.
I'll
Go on,
go after you
Justin.
then.
Can I have, please? There are some players, I agree with Johnny, that they don't work well when you criticize them, for example, Werner and Havertz. But on the other hand, there is a one player who needs to be criticized every week. I have actually realized from today's game, if we don't criticize Mason Mount, then he doesn't play well. And people,
Oh my
God. You know,
we
My
need to
God.
I don't know what you're doing there.
Don't, don't,
I
don't
can't
bring
hear
that
it.
up,
I can't
please.
hear it.
Don't.
So is it aimed at me?
Oh my
criticizing
God.
You can't hear it. Move on. Move on. You can't
Yeah,
hear
move
what
on.
he
said.
Move
Tell me
on.
what he said.
Move on.
Tell me what he
Move
said.
Move
on.
on.
Move on. Move on.
Classic, classic.
Can I
Let
say
him
something
finish.
about Ziyech?
Johnny, one
Time
second.
out.
Johnny,
Tell
Time
Jem,
out.
everyone,
Jem, because
everyone.
I'm gonna listen back to the stream, bruv.
Time
Just tell me
out.
what it was, bruv. Tell
Let
me
him
what
What do
finish.
you
Let him
think it
finish.
was?
people are
What do you
shying away
think it
from
was?
I can't hear
criticizing
anything
Mason
what he's
Mount
saying. I don't even know who's talking, bruv.
Time out.
I don't even know who's talking.
Your trigger word.
Mount today because he was appallingly poor, because he was the one with Pulisic and Ziyech and with what's his name, Havertz, and he was giving them a long balls, like cross lob balls. I
Who?
mean, there's no one
Mason
to
Mount.
have the ball. He
Talking
put
about
the
Mount.
ball on the
What
ground.
what do you want out of all the players in our front line? You're talking
Jem.
about Mason Mount, bro.
Jem.
I
Are you
think
serious,
Mount
mate?
was horrible
Jem.
today, and people are shying away,
Mate,
and
like,
they fail to
what are you watching,
criticize
man?
him.
Did he not lay off 2 through balls, one to Pulisic and one to Chilwell, and they both muffed it up? Did you not see that? Did you not see the cross
All
through
right, let's
balls?
stop it.
Did you not see him
Mount
look
isn't the
over his
problem
shoulder
today.
about
Let's
10
just move
times
on.
to see where
Let's move
Chilwell
on.
is?
Johnny.
Don't
Let him
hear Mount
finish.
slander
Let
when
him
Ziyech and
finish.
Pulisic were worse.
I thought
Let him
people were
finish.
screaming at
Let him
Mount. He
finish.
was like saying, "Don't cross the ball. Don't put that on lob." And Mount was doing it again and again. He wasn't keeping the ball on the
You
floor.
talking nonsense, mate. I don't know what you're on about, man. Absolute nonsense.
I
You
think
just come here to trigger me, bro.
Johnny's rattle.
Alonso and Odoi started.
God, man.
Everyone was saying like Odoi should start at right. Why should he start at right? He should start
Odoi
at
came
left.
on and did absolutely nothing apart from a shot at a goalie,
That's
bruv.
unfair,
And then
though.
the
That's
last
unfair.
pass
He
of the
came on for
game where we
10
could have had
minutes.
an attack, he overhit
And
it. Don't bring up Odoi and compare him to Mount, bro.
Oh, Johnny, do you want to go there? We'll fucking
No,
go
let's
there.
not.
No,
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 Will.
no.
Let's have it,
No.
Will. Come on then, son. Bring it on, mate.
No, Will. I will find you a
I'm
Doyle
not having you
greatest
slander Mount,
statistic.
mate. I'm not having it. Not today.
but he works better under pressure. Mount
Doyle
works
had
better
10
under
minutes.
pressure.
10
You need to
minutes.
criticize him every week. Otherwise, he
Mount was
would be
too
like
busy
Royal
covering
Family,
Chilwell,
like
bruv. What don't you
Job.
understand with that? What do you not understand with that, man? You could see him, you watch him and he's looking over his shoulder every 3 seconds to see where Chilwell is because he's so poor, bruv.
Anyway,
I know what your
people.
avatar's
Can
red,
I say
man.
something about Ziyech?
Alex is here. Alex is here.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
I'll say after
go on,
Alex.
Chris.
And
Oh
Mendy
my
was
God.
the
No,
man
mine's
of
a
the
quick
match.
thing, yeah. Before Alex
Rudiger
goes,
was
yeah.
man of the match. For me,
That's
Rudiger
disgusting.
was man of the match.
Rudiger
Okay,
was
cool.
man of the match. Yeah, he was. That's the only
Cool.
thing you've said, mate.
Chris,
and you've been on
Chris,
it
what you
for
saying?
Has to do with skills.
Chris, what you
Alright,
saying?
I wait for them. I will wait for them.
Go on, Chris.
I will say this, yeah. If Giroud played, yeah, Ziyech would have had an assist. He would have. Because I can remember when Ziyech...
That ball.
Yeah, when he crossed to Kai...
yeah,
I think it's Kai Havertz. I'm not
Chris,
sure
you
who
know
crossed it.
Chris,
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
wouldn't
it
was
have
kind of,
changed,
yeah.
that wouldn't have changed the criticism because with
No,
me,
I get...
it's moments.
Yeah.
Moments don't mean a whole performance. That's why I rate certain wingers over others.
Yeah, okay, I get that. One thing I will say, I do not rate Ziyech at a 3 at the back. I do not rate him there. He doesn't fit it right. But yeah, I think Ziyech wasn't the worst today, though. That's my opinion.
Ziyech was useless. He would not start against Madrid for sure.
Yeah. Madrid.
I don't-
Why are we talking about Madrid?
Pulisic are not going to start for Madrid.
Yeah, I bet you're hungry.
Ziyech was worse than Pulisic, man. At least Pulisic tried to actually attack, bruv. Ziyech was...
Ziyech tried.
No, not really, man.
Ziyech was through balling everything. He was crossing through balling and the work. He was trying.
What through
Yes, he
balls?
was.
Every time.
Real Chris is exploded. Real Chris is exploded.
Man was the only one that played through balls in this game.
No, I didn't even notice Pulisic that much. Ziyech was crossing. He was no. Ziyech. Okay, I get. Ziyech doesn't fit a three at the back, but Ziyech.
Oh my lord.
Ziyech was trying. Ziyech was trying. He was through balling, crossing, and everything. He was. He wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad. I know.
Ziyech needs about 4 touches to even decide what pass he's gonna play. Whether he's gonna go back or forward.
Yeah, he doesn't lose the ball.
On that one.
Yeah, wait. He's so slow off it, man. He's not adjusted.
All right, Chris, can I just give you? Do you know where I do criticise Tuchel? Yeah, in the sense of, if, for example, Chris, you brought up the point that Pulisic, you didn't notice him. If you don't notice one of your best players, that's a system issue. That is a system issue. You should be getting that. Your system should be built around getting the best out of your best players. So if he went unnoticed, then that's a system issue.
His best player was Mason Mount, right? And he played him in front of Chilwell, right? Because Chilwell was so incompetent, bruv. He's so awful today. He was so poor, all right, that even Mount played him through and he just like muffed it up completely, all right? Well, Mount, every time Chilwell's played, Mount has to be in front of him.
Yeah, Mount only
Chris,
works
can you say that again? One second. Chris, can you just say what you said again about Ziyech, please? So everyone can hear this.
I don't think Ziyech was that bad, no.
God,
he was creating. He was still creating. He was through balling. He was still crossing into I think it's Kai Havertz. If that was Giroud, he would have got assist.
He didn't convert any chances.
Chris, but did you see the body language when he came off today? That was lethargic from him.
Body language isn't his fault. That's just how he is. But I wouldn't blame body language.
Wait, guys, come on. I need to say something, man.
I'll let Alex say.
Real Chris Ball.
So today, man, it was so obvious that we didn't have any quality players today on the pitch. There was no quality. There was no quality in the final third. There was no quality all over the pitch. Chilwell was dog shit. I don't know what was happening. Oh my!
Thank you.
God, I don't know what he was doing. I'm sorry, but he was so bad. He couldn't even pass the ball. He couldn't even pass the ball. Mount today.
FYI, Ben Chilwell is a left wing back.
Hold on. What are you going to say, Alex?
Mount and Havertz today were probably the most, I would say, the shining light in the team today. Because the thing is with Mount and Havertz, I think they were actually trying to do something during the game. Pulisic and Ziyech today were doing nothing. Pulisic, man, come on. This is your time to step up and show that you want to be in the team. And
not good enough. He let the shield down, Alex. He let the shield down.
He's just not match fit, guys.
John,
Mount was horrible
I agree. Pulisic is not match fit yet, but it's just like
show the shield, bro.
Points like he's so talented and he just does stuff that doesn't make any sense. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's a low confidence.
Let it down.
I'm not overreacting because the thing is, at the end of the day, like our defensive played well. It's just we all know
wasn't even Falcon.
We all know what the problem is. We all know what the problem is, and it's just.
I'm not body shaming. Chilwell is obese.
Can I say 1 second?
Normally, world-class left back and right back need to be on shape, like Lamb, Alfonso Davis, and this guy Chilwell and James Reese. They've been going to KFC, I think.
Are you joking?
Sorry.
Reese James is a
Chilwell.
Alfonso Davis. You compared who to Alfonso Davis?
Ask the question.
Reese James is a tank.
They are like left and right backs and wingers, and they are so heavy. Have you seen world-class players like on left backs and right backs?
Yeah, but it's a massive difference.
They're not wing backs, bro. They're not wing backs. Chilwell's not a wing back, bro. James is not a wing back, bro. They're left back and right back in the back four. Like,
yeah, I'm not saying
Victor Moses that play on the wing. Could you imagine Victor Moses in a flat four? No, you couldn't. Wing back and right back is completely different positions.
Yeah,
they're different.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can't compare Davis to flipping Chilwell, mate. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
The players that plays in wings,
it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
To be slimmer, like fitter.
But he's a back four left back. He's a back four left back.
Boys, I wanted to say something. Boys,
I'd hire James as a
Why
bodyguard.
do you do the big screen? Okay. Did someone say Ziyech can play left wing back?
I didn't.
That.
Yeah, Cassette.
Did he?
All right,
What?
never mind. Nothing. I just saw the comment in the chat and I wasn't paying attention to it. Never mind.
No, we can't.
Yeah, no, Jem, why did you do big screen?
I'm just enjoying it because there's been so many critical moments today. So many things said. So many bombs. Johnny bombs.
Yeah,
we had a Chris bomb.
We had about the good things.
Classic
Jeff.
bomb. We had a Johnny
Can't we
bomb.
talk about the good things, bro?
I don't
clean
get
sheet.
it. I don't get it. When
Well-
we have a bad game, Mason Mount is a man of the match. No, he isn't.
No one said he's Mason.
God,
No one
not
said
the
he was
problem.
man.
Johnny,
Not the problem.
Yeah.
Wait,
Rudiger's the man of the match. Or Mendy.
Boys,
Get
please,
something better out
please,
of it.
calm down. Right, go on, Jem. Go on.
Nothing. I'm just going to say we're going to end it. I
Yeah,
think it's been we could sit here all day, boys. Let's be serious. We could sit here
Ask
for...
everyone who their player of the year is, Jim. Go around the panel. And ask who their player of the year
Oh
is.
my
No, Johnny.
God.
Johnny.
He wants to end the stream.
Johnny, we
He
will
wants to
do.
end the stream.
We will do. We will do, but not yet.
That season's over.
I think
No, good time, Johnny.
Because we haven't conceded much goals because of them. So how
Did
can
you just say
bring
Jorginho?
player of the year?
Yeah,
Jorginho,
Jorginho, player of the year.
Now you triggered
What?
Jem. Now you triggered Jem. You triggered him, man.
He's talking about a player that's only
Get out of
played
this.
12
I'm not
games.
having
Or
that.
Wait.
You get chucked out if you're saying Jorginho.
Yeah, cut him out, man.
Jorginho today wasn't. I don't know what it
Boys,
was.
anyway, thank you for tuning in anyway. It's been a great show as always. We appreciate your support as always. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe if you're new here. Later on, Abs is doing a debate show, Manchester United debate show, which he'll be putting out very soon. We got two big YouTubers joining him as well. He's got another 2 regular panelists that come on. It's going to be a big show tonight, 9 p.m. So tune in for that. Guys, as always, Chelsea are on the up. Chelsea will make the Champions League is what I've heard. We move on to the next game against Atletico. Let's hope we can beat them. Let's hope we can deal with them.
We will.
And and I'm just going to play this after what Classic said about Jorginho.
Outstanding, brilliant performance. My ratings for Hakimi Ziyech's performances.
100 out of 10.
100 out of 10.
That's Chris for that, wasn't it? Sorry. I should have gone to Chris, that one. It is what it is.
Chris hulked out.
Peace, guys. We see you again very soon. Take care.
I had to defend him.
It's like he's playtime and it's free time.